Taurus. I guess this is a part 2 because I clicked out. I also got the feeling, don't rush into clicking out of a situation in 2020. I feel like a lot of you did that, pulled the plug on something, get out of something quick so you don't have to deal with maybe the consequences of it, they say. But I feel like this year there's a need to reset things into place and get things where they need to get. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I do feel like for you guys, there has been, the need to pull the plug on something when it comes to situations that you don't feel comfortable. And some of you have to, the vacate out of a situation so you don't have to deal with consequences. But I feel like strongly this year, you're starting to reset things in your life and you're starting to see things more clearly for some reason. Alright, so January you have the six of Swords. So I feel like this is an indication, kind of, I've seen too in your other reading. A lot of you walked away from things that weren't really fulfilling you, weren't really working for you, maybe keeping you stuck, maybe staying in a situation longer than what you really wanted to, because it was comfortable in some way. And then I feel like in February it's being more clearly how stuck you really are and getting out of that and seeing things for a broader scale than what your situation led you to believe. And I feel like it's getting, if you were in some way entangled in a situation that really didn't need to be entangled, I feel like it's setting yourself free in February. And I feel like in March you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there could be in some way, I'm feeling redemption in some way, an opportunity maybe to get things back where they need to be. I'm really getting the indication of spirit, co-creating with spirit, getting back in alignment, getting back on the right path in March if you haven't been. April, you have the King of Cups. So I feel like in some way you could be dealing a water sign in the month of April, but I feel like it's about your emotional stability, maybe feeling a little bit topsy-turvy. Maybe it's dealing with a water sign, but I feel like it's more about the energy, emotionally, getting your emotions in check so you can move forward in May. May you have the Ten of Cups. So I do feel like with the not Ten of Cups, no. 10 of Wands, that's about completion here. I feel like it's moving you forward in a direction. I really feel like with right by the 10 of Wands, getting your emotions in check so you can move past something, maybe limiting beliefs, maybe limiting yourself in some way to move through something and complete something. And then, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June, you have the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're in a good state of mind, maybe eating well, taking care of yourself, maybe going on a cruise in some way, or something that has to do with getting everything you need or deserve in some way, getting that time to replenish yourself for the harvest to come. June, July, you have the 3 of Cups. So this is a celebration. This is about maybe taking some time off with friends and family and to celebrate everything that you put in, time and effort. See, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, you have a Strength card. So in Leo season, I feel like it's a great time to recover from maybe this past year. I feel like it's also an indication that you have the strength, you have the capacity to get through this Leo energy, and it's going to push you to new beginnings, because right by that is the Fool card. So September, you know, you could be dealing with an Aries possibly, or it's about transformation and taking that leap of faith that maybe is uncomfortable. Maybe you're trying to plan and strategize something. We have here the dog right here. That's indicating spirit. You know, don't be afraid to take new opportunities if they come towards you in the month of September. October, you have the Nine of Wands. So feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. I feel like there's maybe something you're watching from afar that you're unsure, you're guarded. I do feel like you need to get out of that energy because I feel like in some way it's entrapping you. And then in November, walking away from something. It could be travel for some of you. It could be an indication you, in some way, maybe feel stranded somewhere, maybe feel stuck. Your emotions are high. I do know that in, well, I was thinking October. Well, that's October, but November, I don't know why, because maybe something, because I think in this new year you guys are having a either new moon or full moon in Taurus, October. So I'm getting a feeling maybe something's bringing in a lot of emotions when it comes to the full moon in Taurus that's happening in October, and I feel like it's gonna put you maybe in an emotional state. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're kind of like in between two worlds trying to figure out something when it comes to, you know, endings and beginnings, when it comes to your own truth, seeing things clearer. And then December, you have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant in, you know, these near the end, I feel like you're getting in some way a feeling of isolation. Maybe your ships are coming in December, but I feel like you're unstable in some way, feeling left out, feeling maybe forgotten in some way. But I feel like, you know, sometimes we have to go through these situations where we don't feel right, or we feel maybe guarded against the world, where we have to really learn from our life lessons. And I feel like that's why in some way November, you know, there's a lot to things to ponder on. There's a lot to things to look at from a higher perspective in between two worlds. Maybe you're trying to climb up in the ladder, and per se, and then December, you know, you're feeling lonely, or, you know, things aren't as clear. Maybe you left someone out in the cold. Maybe you are left out in the cold in some way. But I feel like it's getting back on track on whatever's happened in November. So I hope that resonates with one of you Taurus out there. Goodbye.